Hey gang, let's have a quick chat about Aspern Essling and the Vivictus production of this particular battle. And we're on the end of turn 7 now, and as you can see that the French are actually doing okay. At first I thought that was going to be complete whitewash because of a couple of little combats that happened. But then the first couple of attacks that occurred by this force here pushing in. That's I should get the formation counters out so I can tell you which formations these are. Yeah, that's Dedovich's group, I believe. They really struggled to press in here and do much damage, and in fact they caused themselves a couple of disorders, and immediately after that Lane's counterattacked. They activated next with next activation, and this force here just gave them an absolute pounding. Even at a 1-2 attack, they had the +2 differential for the efficiency rating, and I managed to fire the cannons in there as well and cause some problems. So that forced these guys to retreat, and in fact one of them routed and was eliminated by Paya here. He came around and attacked a couple of units actually, and got follow-on attacks via breakthrough or pursuit, and knocked out disordered units, disordered cavalry, a disordered horse artillery unit, and a disordered cavalry unit. So really cleaned up fairly aggressively. So these chappies here, Liechtenstein's forces, decided to, I put an order with them, and they, actually I didn't have an order with them, they ended up rolling to be in command, did so, got up to do the combat, and failed their efficiency rating rolls, which I believe we had to do for there. And so this dude was just sitting right here, right next to the adjacent, right adjacent to the routing unit, and he conducted his attack. And even though he had these units on his flank that caused a negative DRMs, he managed to wipe out that. So that was two. We now have lost 2 brigades. That's a truck. Yeah, 2 brigades, not an alarm, and 2 horse regiments. So it's been for the loss of 1 horse brigade by the French, and we may end up losing this chappie here because he's surrounded now. But well worth the effort as the turn progresses. The French really need to kind of knock out at least 1 division or thereabouts of forces to make it much of a fight, because all these other forces are coming on there, and there's another group here as well, right here. They're going to come onto the map and really start, just through sheer mass, and cause some problems for everybody, for the French. Sorry about the beeping in the background. I think there's a truck backing up somewhere. So, hang on one second. So I think we were talking about this cavalry here. So in the 5th and 6th turns, there was a lot of to and fro in terms of the combat. This cavalry actually sat fairly idle, and that may have been a mistake. But in the 7th turn, they have sort of moved their line back a little bit and now waiting reinforcement. And they were trying to prevent Paya here from doing any further damage, but he knocked out another brigade of forces. Over on the Aspern side, Hohenzollerns' forces really took a bit of a pounding as well. They disordered themselves in all of their combat, and basically caused a hash of things, and most of their forces are now routing off the board. So while it does seem to pay to be the attacker in this game, you really, if you don't have high caliber units, and these were all 4s, so you know, a 40% chance of passing their passing, well, I guess 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 50% chance of passing their efficiency rating to actually attack. We had some issues with that when they were charging into Aspern, and this artillery here, which is rated a 4 in terms of its combat strength, really inflicted some damage on one stack of the attackers. Another stack of attackers then refused the attack, so it got ugly quickly, and everyone just basically retreated off the board and started to retreat off the board. I think that by next turn, the end of the next turn, they won't move, so we'll be able to pop them all into out of their route mode and try and recover them, hopefully, with some decent rolls. So it's beginning of the 8th turn, and we'll see what goes down from there. But interesting little system. I'm a little wary about a few things here, but it's fun, and I don't know that it's the sort of in-depth tactical experience that we're going to get out of the NBS system from the gamers or OSG's The Last Success title. But that said, it's a treatment at a similar scale, and the only problem being that the time per turn is significantly more, so you lose a little bit of granularity there, and with all the chip pulling, you have to kind of suspend disbelief and imagine that it's all kind of happening at once, and that all these forces are moving around and doing stuff, and so this cavalry can charge across this front here, and these guys can wrap around this flank here, and no one noticed, or it got by, or it happened at the same time. So it's a little bit argy-bargy, as they say. Anyway, all in all, though, the French are not in such a strong position because there are fairly significant reinforcements coming, and they're down to one brigade here. These guys have to march back into the battle after routing away and then recovering. So we'll see what happens. All right, we'll talk to you later.